Okay, let's do the think, pair, share here, and then we'll lead into the next section. So here, this was to convert scientific notation to a decimal number. So you can see we've got 5.230059 times 10 to the 8. So notice that B is a positive 8. So because it's positive, we're going to be moving the decimal point to the right. All right, so here's our decimal point. We're going to move it 8 spots to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decimal point. So we need to put 2 zeros there for placeholders. So we're going to have 5, 2, 3, 0, 0, 5, 9, 0, 0. And since this is a number larger than 1, we can put commas at every third digit. And this is our decimal number. So we started with this scientific notation, and we ended up with this equivalent decimal number. Now let's look at the next one. So here you can see that B is -4. And so because it's negative, this means we're going to be moving the decimal place to the left 4 spaces. So starting here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and put a decimal point. And we'll put zeros in as placeholders. So this is going to be 0.000999987. Now, over here, we put commas at every third digit. You do that for numbers above, let's see, for the whole part of a decimal, but for the fractional part of a decimal number, you don't do that. So we'll just leave it like that. So now part C and D is how would you observe, this this scientific notation on your calculator. So on your calculator, you would see this number represented as 5.230059 E and probably a 08. Okay. And this scientific notation number would look something like 9.9987 E -4, probably something like that. So you can see in lieu of 10, we've got this capital letter E, and in lieu of 10 there, we've got this capital letter E. All right. So let's move on to the next section. So this is how to convert small or large decimals into scientific notation. So first we talked about what scientific notation was. Then we converted from scientific notation down to a decimal. Now we're going to convert from a decimal up to scientific notation. So how do we go about that? Step 1 is to determine A. So what you do is you place a new decimal point at a place which creates a number between 1 and 10, okay, not including 10. So for example, the diameter of the HIV virus is 0.000000120 meters. Okay. So this decimal point right here, this is what we're calling our old decimal point. So it's right there. So now we want to place a new decimal point where we're creating a number between 1 and 10. And so the new decimal point is going to go here between the 1 and the 2. And this creates the number 1.20. And 1.20 is greater than 1 and it's less than 10. So this is where our new decimal point is going to be. So our value of A for scientific notation is going to be 1.2. Now, step 2 is to determine B, the exponent. So B is the number of decimal places between the new and the old decimal points. Here's the new, there's the old. B is going to be positive if the direction from new to old is to the right. B is going to be negative if the direction from new to old is toward the left. So, when we look here, here's our old decimal point and our new. If we start at the new decimal place and we count over to the old one, first we're going to count 7 decimal places from our new to our old. And notice going new to old, we're going to the left. And so counting to the left means that we're counting in a negative direction. So it takes 7 decimal places to move from the new to the old, hence B is going to be 7. But counting from new to old is to the left, which is in a negative direction. So B in scientific notation is going to be -7. Now, step 3 is to write the decimal number in scientific notation format, A times 10 to the B. So A was 1.2, B is -7. So if we're trying to write it in this format, it's going to be 1.2 times 10 to the -7 meters. So this in scientific notation is equivalent to this in decimal form. And on your calculator, you would see this number displayed like this, where the 10 was substituted for the letter E. So with that knowledge in mind, try to do this think, pair, share. I will give you the answer and you can try it. And if you have any questions, let me know. So the answer for this one should be 7.8 times 10 to the -5 meters. And the answer for this one should be 2.99792 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. So that should be your answer for that one. That should be your answer for that one. So give that a try.